Hey everybody, how's it going? So, the trip I'm going to go on, I'm really looking forward to. Frankly, I plan on living the next couple of years to the greatest extent possible on the road. Come back to Texas, take my rig out of storage, uh, you know, enjoy the winter months here in the south where the weather is very pleasant and, you know, relax and rest and be a good old man. But when I'm on the road, the point is to visit places, to see things I haven't seen, stop, slow down, not be in a powerful hurry to get from point A to point B. Uh, and in the past, I've traveled all over the country, all over, around the world in a lot of places. And it's always been uh, trips in a big hurry. You got to get somewhere, you got to be there at a specific time. You only have so much time to be there. You got to turn around, leave, go home. Go back to the grind. You got an appointment. You got a this. You got a that. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ugh. Well, what I'm going to do now is slow down, smell the roses, drink the coffee, maybe a sip of bourbon here and there, and see what I see. But I've been an avid photographer. And when I say avid photographer, it's been a hobby that's grown over the years. Okay. I started with a point and shoot camera, 35 millimeter piece of junk that you can get for 25 bucks at a store. In fact, I think I borrowed the first one. Went to the Wind River Range in the Bridger Teton Wilderness in western Wyoming. Took that thing out and went through a half a dozen rolls of film. Came back with 3 pictures. Basically, everything else was overexposed, underexposed, blurry, garbage. Okay. And of those couple of pictures that I did come back with, they sucked. Okay. Those kind of cameras are meant to take pictures of people at close range in, very controlled places. So I started off by buying myself a 35 millimeter camera. My first one was a Vivitar with the K mount for lenses. I had some fun with that. Okay. But it didn't take long. That was in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. Didn't take long before digital cameras took over, and there was a gap of a number of years where cell phones were kind to uh, become prevalent, and I started taking pictures with cell phones because they're convenient. But I ended up switching over, got Nikon digital camera, DSLR, and my hobby took on a little spurt of growth, and I've enjoyed it very much. So I ended up with a decent camera, not the greatest, but I'm not a photojournalist trying to sell my pictures to National Geographic or whatever. But I was able to really up my game. Okay, I actually during COVID incorporated an LLC, Alluring Orchid Photography LLC, here in Texas. I did that, and I also incorporated a tackle company, Bob's Bear Claw Tackle, so I could basically go fishing, take pictures of everything in any way I wanted to, and if I published it, which is put it on Facebook, Instagram, the internet, whatever, I could literally write off all the expenses for going out and having fun. Because, if I sold a couple photographs along the way, I've got myself a business, et cetera, good to go. All right. So let me walk you through some of what I've just recently unpacked, and will be taken along with me. And most of what I have here spread out is going to come with me, and I need some tweaks along the way, but this is it. So I'm going to reverse this and let me show you what I got. All right. So the pew pew is the fun stuff for the kit, but most all of that never sees the light of day on a trip. If it does, then shit's gone south. But this is the stuff I'll be using on a much more frequent, more regular basis. So here I have my DSLR. Okay, this is a rather inexpensive camera, all things told. Okay, I've got this. I've got some lenses. This is to control the flash unit, which I don't even think, is it even here? Is this it? Yes, here it is right here. I'm sorry, this goes right here. That's the flash. Okay, it's a Godox Okay. A flash. Okay, good thing, good unit. Okay. And this is the sleeve for it. So basically I attach this to the camera. It allows that to flash when I want it to, and I can use several of these in a variety of locations. So one of the so a lot of the work I like to do is actually boudoir photography. Okay. Think that beyond landscape photography, I think the ladies out there are about the most beautiful thing the eye can behold. Okay, I'm not being a cheesy, demented old man here. I'm just saying that a lot of fun can be had with a camera, and that's where the idea for alluring orchid photography came from. So I've got 3 batteries, got a charger. This is a long lens that I just don't use this. It came with the camera kit. I actually use this 50 millimeter lens more, and this lens on the camera right now is adjustable 18 to 55 millimeter. I've got some plans to get a couple of more lenses for better outdoor photography. These are attachment lenses, filters, doublers, a variety. Hold on one second. Pause. Okay, so most of what I have here, I'm trying to keep these things grouped together and dealing with them as I have them. But this is basically my camera body. I could get bigger, I could get better. I might. It's one of those things that you buy what you need as you need it and move on. But what's great about the Nikon is the particular mount. I buy another camera body, I can still use all of these lenses, and I can buy more lenses. A new camera body can give you different capabilities and things like that. But what's great, this camera, for its price range, really can do just about everything I want. Most of what you're going to do with any camera like this is going to be done with the lenses. Okay, I really like this particular lens. Takes great portraits, close-up photography, and whatnot. And like I said, more lenses. I could spend $100,000 on lenses just for that little camera alone and never really be completely into it. All right. The other camera I have, okay, got some batteries here. This battery right here goes to my new Sony. Okay, I've had that for about 5 years. This other battery goes to a Sony Handycam that I have that I no longer use. Okay, it doesn't shoot in HD. I bought it in about 2005 or 2006. I bought a couple of the big, batteries that are going to last a while. Got a puppy scratching on the floor in here. I hear you, Bubbles. But it's just an extra battery. And, the great thing is this battery won't fit on here. Imagine that. So they like to make their accessories specific to the cameras. That's how they sell shit. So my video camera, I picked this up, and this is an amazing machine. When you see guys on YouTube and content creators and things like that, they're using some kind of camera starting about right here. Okay, this camera was about, I want to say that I paid nearly $6,000 for this camera. It was really expensive. I bought additional lenses. Okay, these are all 62 millimeter lenses and accessories. They screw right onto this camera just like you would, or attach them just like you would with any other camera. I have filters, and this container right here had these filters. Okay, one of these is an ultraviolet filter, but one of them, is a smoke type filter, a little bit of pink and red. And this is, of course, I've got a light for it. This light uses batteries. It's standalone. It's okay. I really don't like it. It's good for off-grid when you need some light kind of close up. But I have a variety of other lighting options that I use. Everything from can lighting to, just good old-fashioned nature. But anyway, this camera came with a microphone. Okay, I really don't like the camera mounted microphones on these things. This is actually just a mount for that. This is how you connect This is how you connect the microphone to the camera. It all locks onto the top. I got a HD, connector, which HDMI connector. It's good to have those. I've got remote control for it. I had one remote control that I purchased for my previous Sony Handycam, but it literally is the exact same thing as the new one that came with this one. They work interchangeably, okay? But I've got lenses and whatnot, and that video camera is freaking awesome, okay? So between the two cameras, I can do quite a bit of professional level photography, or semi-professional photography. I have two GoPros and a remote control for the GoPros. One of them is the silver, which has an internal battery. This is a GoPro Black, external batteries. There's two of them right here. The one things you can never have enough of with GoPros is batteries. As well as batteries, okay. Actually, this right here is how, this right here is how I charge the batteries for my Sony Handycam. Okay. These are all the different charging options that you would find in the United States, Europe, South America. We call it 110 volt, but they use 220 in Europe. And but anyway, just different options to basically plug it in and charge it. Okay, just all kinds of stuff. The GoPro accessories, I have probably not everything here, but this is the bulk of what I do have. I've got a headband, a chest rig. I have suction cup mounts. A lot of this I actually will attach to a camera tripod, and basically any kind of tripod that you get, they all have the same standard, fitting on them. So I can put almost everything regarding my GoPro on a car, a mount on my dash. I can put it on me, like I said, with the chest rig or the head rig. I've even taken hats and attached the GoPros to the bill of a baseball hat. This is probably my favorite, little handle right here. This floats, okay, because you want to ruin your life and drop your very expensive GoPro in the lake or the ocean. At least you can fetch it up with that. I've got a protective housing to dunk it all underwater if I want. This is just this is for the silver, actually. The GoPro Silver actually has a case with the attachment point, and this is a little bit older. The newer models actually have the attachment points on the bottom. Okay. Charge your batteries, throw them in there. Okay. Record. You got screens. Easy breezy. Yep, and easy. Okay. Again, a remote. And just all kinds of things like this. A little wrench to tighten, your accessories. I can put a magnet. This is a magnet clip. Okay. It's really, I can't even squeeze it open with my own hand. There you go. It's really heavy duty. It's clipped with a magnet. I don't know. I can clip it to something thin. I can attach a GoPro and hang it like on my window in my car. I think that's perfect for the window in the car. But so many different little attachments for these things. They just never end. Okay. I see. I've got a lot of stuff that's not even here. I have a camera mount that I attach to a tree. And when you attach to the tree, that's just like any other ratchet strap. But I've got that particular mount in my storage unit still. That'll come out here pretty soon. Sorry, I had to pick up a screw. Wires. Everything I have connects to other stuff with wires. Okay, I don't care. Wires are wires. It's no big deal. I'm not one of those. It's got to be wireless fools. But charging, connections, I've got so many cameras and accessories, and some of this is going to go in the garbage. I don't use earbuds anymore. Everything. Everything's got a wire. But this is all memory stuff. So beyond attaching it to everything, I have a lot of SD cards. Okay, these are one of those things. I put them in everything from game cameras to the cameras I use here. A lot of standardization here. I've got a pile. 16 to what do I want to say, like 16 to 32 to 64 megabyte. Hold on one second, I'll show you. Okay, you can see some of the older ones, 2 gigabyte. What the hell am I going to do with that? 1 gigabyte. That's garbage. That's 20-year-old plus garbage. Okay, I have, this is actually Lance. I bought this not too terribly long ago. It's a 1 terabyte. This is actually a very expensive, very good hard drive. That case goes with it. This is trash. I take these and I'll double check, make sure there's nothing on them, no photos or anything lingering around. I'll just throw them away. I've got a lot of those laying around. In fact, I've got a whole bag of old ass thumb drives. Okay, I think there might be 1 or 2 in this that are worth me just double checking to make sure there's nothing important on them. But I'm just probably going to get rid of most of these. I've been saving them. I don't know why. But sometimes the little attachments are great. But for the most part, they're just old, outdated, and whatever. Got every one of these SD cards come with a little plastic case. I save them all. You know, just not ruin them. But anyway, this is the fun that I'm going to have. Okay, this is the fun I'm going to have. This is why when I take this trip, this is the equipment I'm going to use all the time. So what I've been thinking about putting inside of my my molly pouches, besides pew-pews, is literally this stuff. Okay, I need to keep all this separated, organized, quickly accessible. I need to know exactly what's in it. And the camera cases like that low pro case right there, the GoPro cases, there's a Vivitar case floating around here somewhere. I don't know where the hell I put it, but they all suck. They're small. You know, they give them to you with a lot of these things when you buy them. They just, you know, they're temporary. So this is one of those things. The more camera stuff you buy, the more ways you need to find to store it. But this is the stuff that I will be using on a regular basis. This is the stuff that'll be handy. I'll have a camera at my ready. The video camera, I'll probably use that a little less frequently, but I'll still use it. It takes great videos. And the one thing I do plan on getting that I never really got was a dash camera. I'm going to get a wireless dash camera for the truck. When you're driving around like this, there's jackals out there. If I ever have to produce a pew-pew, I want to get everything on video that led up to the use of, or me producing a pew-pew. Okay? That is what keeps you out of jail. Anyway, fun stuff. More coming. Talk to you later. Hope you all have a great day. Bye now.